Hi, Drew.
Hey.
Can you help me for a second before we get in the van?
Yeah.
I can't find my sunglasses. They are my favorite sunglasses, and I really, really, really want to have these sunglasses for our ride.
The blue ones?
Yes, the blue sunglasses, my favorite ones. I know I have like them in all the colors, but I really love these sunglasses more than anything else. Can you please help me find them?
The ones that like look really good on your face?
Yes, I love these sunglasses so much, and I tore up my office. I looked through my house. I've gone through my purse, and I've even looked in the van. Like, can you help me look in this van? What?
The ones that are on your face?
Wait, what?
Put your hands up to your eyes.
Oh my gosh.
Those are them.
Hey, thank you for helping me find my sunglasses.
Doesn't it make you feel happy to know that they're found?
Let's do it. Oh my gosh. You know what? Let's talk about lost stuff today in the van. Do you want to?
Yeah, let's go.
All right, let's go.
From the stories of Noah's Ark and Anna on the lawn, through the Gospels of Matthew, Mark, and Luke, and John. Whether you're new to this or an avid Sunday schooler, we'll learn about the Bible,
Just like church.
But even cooler!
and we take what we learn and we use what we find to go into the world and let the light of God shine.
Buckle up, kids.
Minivangelism. It's time to go Minivangelism. In faith we grow Minivangelism. Let's start the show!
Okay. Thank you so much for helping me find my sunglasses.
You're welcome.
Now I can see to drive.
That was the easiest thing I accomplished today, is helping you find those.
Oh man, I feel silly.
Yeah, it's okay. Everybody loses things sometimes.
Exactly. Well, I want to talk about a story in the Bible. You know, we've been talking about parables, right?
Yeah.
So Jesus actually told two parables about lost things.
That's so fun.
I know. And I remember a song that you wrote about lost things. Can we listen to it on the radio?
We should. Everybody, if you didn't hear our last episode, parables are stories Jesus tells, and they've always got at least one meaning, sometimes more than one, and I can't wait to let you hear the song.
Okay, let's put it on the radio.
Let's do it.
There once was a widow whose coin was lost, determined to find it at any cost. Each cushion and the couch she turned and tossed until all hope seemed lost. Then all at once, she found the thing. Her winter days turned into spring. Rejoice with me, her song began. What once was lost is found again. There once was a shepherd who lost a sheep. He searched through the night and wouldn't sleep. He left 99 other sheep behind, the one lost sheep to find. Then all at once, he found the thing. His winter days turned into spring. Rejoice with me, his song began. What once was lost is found again. So when you are feeling lost and alone, when you have wandered far from home, the Lord will tear the heavens down Then all at once, what joy it brings. Your winter days turn into springs. Rejoice with me, our song begins. For what was lost is found again. Then all at once, what joy it brings. Your winter days turn into spring. Rejoice with me, our song begins. For what was lost is found again. What once was lost is found again. What once was lost is found again.
Who was that banjo player?
Oh, that bad banjo player was me.
I thought it was great.
No, thanks. I had fun doing it. It's I've been practicing and I decided to put it to work.
Hey, you know what? Well, your practice has paid off because
Well,
I
thank
really
you.
like that song.
Thank you very much. I had fun doing it.
Yeah. So I loved that you were able to tell two stories in one song.
Mm-hmm.
Just like Jesus, when he was telling this parable, was talking about God, right? In two different ways.
That's right.
So in the first story, there's a shepherd who has 100 sheep.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them leaves.
Mm-hmm.
And the shepherd can't find his sheep anywhere.
Which would be terrifying if I were the shepherd.
Yes. Yeah, because, I mean, shepherds, their whole jobs were to protect the flock, right? From wolves or bears or lions or whatever.
Oh, my.
Or thieves, yes. Oh, my. And this little sheep walked away. And so the shepherd left the 99 sheep behind. And he went and he found this one sheep. And he was so excited about finding this one sheep that he threw a whole party.
It's fantastic. I love a good party.
Yes.
But I also want us to have a chance to think about whether it was a good decision or a bad decision to leave 99 sheep. Like that's a lot of sheep to walk away from.
It is a lot of sheep to walk away from. That should probably tell you how special this one sheep was.
I guess so.
Yeah. And then there was a woman who had some coins
Mm-hmm.
and she lost one.
Yeah.
And she tore her house up.
Have you ever lost a coin? Where would you look if you couldn't find a coin?
If I couldn't find a coin, the first place I would look is my couch cushions.
Yeah, me too.
Because every time I move my couch cushions, I find coins I didn't even know I lost.
I bet even if we looked under the seat in this van, we would find a couple coins too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
More than the ones that are in the cup holder right here.
Yeah. But I don't know if I would rip the car apart to find one coin.
I think it depends. Like, what is the smallest coin, like smallest amount of coin that you would tear the van apart to look for?
Yeah, I don't know. I think maybe like a silver dollar. I would want to find that because it's worth more to me.
Right. But if it was just a penny,
Probably not.
I don't know. Maybe if you're ever short a penny.
Yeah, apparently, once again, it was a very special coin.
Yes. And when she found this coin, she threw a party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it.
And you know what I think would be a really fun party is just a lost things theme party.
Yeah.
Where people bring the last thing they lost.
That would be really fun.
So speaking of people that love parties,
Mm-hmm.
I actually want to talk to my friend Abigail.
Oh, yay.
Yeah. Abigail is really cool. Sometimes she goes by Abigail, but sometimes she goes by Gail.
Uh-huh.
And Abigail's favorite color is rainbow.
I love that.
Yes. So she has the same favorite color as everybody else.
Wonderful.
Yes. And she's a ballerina.
Oh,
I know. Isn't that crazy?
yeah.
So I'm going to go talk to my friend Gail because once again, your girl loves a party. And so I think she's going to like this story.
I hope it's a party when you get to talk to her.
All right, let's go. Hi, Gail.
Hi, Miss Anna.
How are you today?
I'm amazing.
Wonderful. Well, I want to talk to you about two stories that Jesus told. Now, when Jesus told stories, what were those stories called?
Parables.
Parables. And today we're going to talk about two parables about two things that were lost. What are the things that were lost?
A sheep and a coin.
Ooh, and who lost the sheep?
A shepherd.
And who lost the coin?
A woman.
A woman. All right. And how many sheep did the shepherd have?
100.
100. And then when he lost that one sheep, how many did he have?
99.
And so what did he do when he lost that one sheep?
He didn't say, I have 99, it's fine. Plus 99 is a lot. And he kept on looking because he wanted to do more work.
He wanted to do more work, and he wanted to find that one little sheep, didn't he?
Yeah, but like, are you sure you want to do more work?
Well, and then when he found that one sheep, what did he do?
Have a party and invited all his cousins and family members and friends and neighbors.
Nice. Now, what about the woman when she lost her coin? What did she do?
She kept on looking. She didn't say, I have 9, because 9 is not a lot. She kept on looking because she didn't want a little bit.
Yeah.
The coins are too much to take care of.
So she kept on looking for her coin, and then when she found the coin, what did she do?
Had a party and invited all her family members, cousins, and friends and neighbors.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So we always say, these stories are meant for us to wonder. So do you have any I wonder questions about this story?
How did he keep all the sheep together, and how did he keep all the sheep together when he was gone? Why couldn't he just keep them in a fence? Why couldn't he just bring them with him?
So when he left the 99 to go look for the one, you wonder what the shepherd did with the sheep?
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of wonder that too. You think he put him in a fence?
Yeah, but I don't think he did, cause I don't think he did.
Okay, well that's a good I wonder question about what do you think he did? What else? What are some other I wonder questions you have?
How did the woman lose the coin?
How did the woman lose the coin? I don't know. What do you think?
I think when she was counting them, when she counts the 10th one, or the first one, or any single one, she accidentally pushed on too hard and then scraped her finger and then swiped it on the floor.
Ooh, so you think it was just like a drop and she was just counting that money way too hard?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But all the other ones were counted fine, but she just didn't know that she did the other one too hard, and then she slipped it off.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
We always say, in the Bible stories, every Bible story tells us something about God. And the whole purpose of a parable, right, is to tell us something about God. So what does this story tell you about God?
When we're lost, he doesn't get mad at us. He just keeps looking. And when he finds us, he doesn't get mad at us. He throws a party and with confetti.
Oh, nice. So when we get lost, then God...
And bakes a cake.
And bakes a cake?
Yes. like it's my birthday.
Nice. And so what else does this story tell you about God?
When we leave, he actually doesn't find us. He knows that we're walking away because we're in our heart, and our heart is in our body, and he's in our heart. And when he's in our heart, we can't tear apart our body and then be a skeleton.
Oh, so God is never far from us because he's in our heart?
Yeah.
That's a really great observation, Abigail. So when Jesus would tell stories, right? It was you have to kind of find the characters that represent Jesus, right? Or represent God. So who in this story is God? Which character is God?
He is the shepherd and the woman.
Why is that?
Because he keeps looking for us when we're gone.
So who is us in the story?
The sheep or the lost coin.
Oh, okay. Why do you think God would look so hard for us?
Because he loves us. Even when we make a mistake or don't follow him on accident, He still loves us, even if we do it on purpose. He still loves us.
Okay, so Abigail, you know I do this podcast with my friend Pastor Drew.
I did not know that.
Yes, so I'm going to go talk to Pastor Drew after this, and Pastor Drew thinks he knows a lot about the Bible. And
Yeah, because he's the pastor.
well, yeah, but I have some friends that have been able to stump him. Do you think you could stump Pastor Drew?
Yeah.
You want to play?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's play Stump Pastor Drew. So you have to come up with 3 questions that are going to be hard for him to answer about this story.
Okay, the first one was, how many coins did the woman have?
How many coins did the woman have before she lost it?
Yeah.
Okay, and then what was your second question?
Where did she find the coin?
Oh, where was the lost coin?
Yeah.
Ooh,
Like, where'd she find it?
That's a great question. What's your third question?
My third one is, who was Jesus talking to when he was telling the story?
Oh, yeah, because Jesus would tell stories to different people that ask questions,
Yeah.
right?
And there's like tons of people here, tons of people now, and tons of people back in 2180.
Oh, back like 2,000 years ago when Jesus was around?
2180.
Yeah, and so they would ask him questions. So you want to know who Jesus, like what question was Jesus answering?
Yeah.
That's a great, I think you're going to stump him, Abigail.
Yeah, I think I will.
Yeah. All right, so the last thing we like to do is tell a joke. You got a joke for me?
Yeah.
Okay, what's the joke?
What did the scrambled egg say to the cow?
What did the scrambled egg say to the cow?
Let's scramble out of here.
That's very funny. That is a very funny joke, Abigail. Well, hey, thank you for talking to me today.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, you know so much about this story, and I cannot wait to go talk to my friend Pastor Drew. So I'm going to go back and see him, okay?
Okay.
All right, bye.
Bye, Miss Anna.
Hi.
Hi.
Thank you for watching my sunglasses while I went inside to talk to Gail.
That was the second easiest thing I've had to do today. Welcome back. How'd it go?
Thanks. Oh my gosh, I love talking to that kid. She's
Yeah.
so much fun and really silly.
Oh, good. I
Yeah.
like silly kids.
She's super silly. But she also had some really great I wonder questions about this story. So she was able to tell the story a lot better than I did. About as good as you did in the song, if I'm being honest.
All right.
But she didn't play banjo.
That's okay.
But her first I wonder question is the same one that you asked earlier. What did he do with those 99 sheep?
Yeah.
She wanted to know, like, did he put them in a fence? Or what do you think?
Yeah, it's a great I wonder question. And I feel like it's one that gets asked a lot. Like, is this a good shepherd or a bad shepherd? Like, I feel like if I were the sheep owner and I asked a shepherd to look after the sheep and I found 99 sheep sitting without a shepherd because he went out to look for one, I would feel like that was unwise, to say the least. Like,
Right.
not a good shepherd. You left the majority of the sheep behind. But yeah, it's great to wonder, like, were they secure? I don't know.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think that either he put them in a pen and then went and looked for the one, or like, have you ever heard mentality?
Yeah.
Right? Where so like if everybody's in the group and everybody's kind of doing the same thing. So these 99 sheep obviously knew how not to wander off. So he was like, they're good because they're in a big group and they're surrounded by other people or other sheeple. But he went to go and find that one little sheep. That's what I think. But I don't know. I think that I just thought that was a great I wonder question.
Maybe he let them all, or she, whoever the shepherd was, let them use their iPads for a little while.
Oh,
And knew that, or let them have some screen time, because I don't know about you, but when I've got a screen in front of me, I can sit there for a long time and not move.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah.
You think they're called iPads?
Oh, that was a bad joke.
Hey, come on.
I hope we get a couple more in there.
we got to think now.
Yeah.
So her second I wonder question was another one that I've never thought of. how did the woman lose the coin in the first place? If this coin is so special, how are you going to lose that coin?
Well, that's a great I wonder question. I wonder if you lose things or when you lose things, what causes you to lose them?
Are you asking me personally?
Yeah, I'm asking you personally.
Carelessness.
Sure.
Sometimes I will put something down and I'll put it in a place where I'm going to put this here and I'm not going to forget where it is.
Yeah.
And then I forget where it is.
Yeah. For me, I lose things when I'm like, the word is preoccupied. Like I'm thinking about something else or I'm moving too fast. And I wonder if that's what was going on for the lady. But when she realized it was missing, it was a big deal. Like she had to find that coin.
Right. We had to get a locking trash can when we had a kid or a baby. Because my oldest, when she was a toddler, she used to like to take things and put them in the trash can.
Well, that's what you do with things.
Exactly. And so keys, shoes, important papers, stuff for work, it would always end up in the trash can. So we had to get a trash can with a lock so that way she wouldn't go in there. So who knows? Maybe this woman had a kid that just misplaced the coin.
Yeah, that's a good I wonder. And if you ever act out the story, you get to figure out why. I feel like I lose things when I pull something out of my pocket and something falls out. That's one thing.
Oh, yeah.
Or when I put it down in a weird place. Like in the morning, I often misplace my coffee cup. Because I go and hang out with the kids somewhere, I put my coffee down, I walk away, and I realize, oh my gosh, I have to have coffee right now, and it's missing. And I would say that's one thing that I lose, that when I lose it, I have to find it. Definitely.
Even though you could easily go make some more.
Yeah. No. That coffee is, I have been looking forward to that coffee. I was enjoying that coffee. I want that coffee.
No, I gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been there. Abigail thought that the woman was counting her money too hard. You know, like flicking it with her finger and then just like, whew, like shot one of those coins off and just it flew somewhere.
I can imagine
and
that.
She lost it.
I also wonder what plans did she have for that coin that made it so important? You know, like was that the last coin that she needed in order to buy somebody a gift or pay for something that she needed, or was it just that the coin had sentimental value, like it was given to her by somebody special or something like that? I wonder not just how did she lose it, but what was it supposed to be for?
Right. I like to think it was a party coin. Like, did she use the coin to pay for the party?
I love that. She was already going to have a party. She needed one more coin.
She needed that coin,
Now
man.
that I found the coin, party's on.
Or maybe it was going to be a party without balloons. But then she found the coin. Bring on the balloons.
Instant upgrade.
So I asked Abigail, what does this story tell us about God? And something else is when you have parables, when Jesus told parables, right? One of the characters in the parables tends to be Jesus, right? Or tends to be God. So I asked Abigail, like, who is God or Jesus in the stories? And she said the shepherd and the woman, whereas we are the sheep and the coin. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think when we look at the story that way, what that tells us is that God is the kind of shepherd that wants to find lost sheep, that will do whatever it takes to find that lost sheep, or will turn the house upside down to find that one lost coin. And the thought of God wanting to be with us that much, I think is a beautiful, and it feels good to think of God that way, that God wants us enough that God's willing to do a lot to get to us.
Yeah. And that's what she said, that God's never going to stop until he finds you.
Yeah.
Right? But then she had kind of something else that she noticed and said was, God doesn't really have to look all that hard for us because even when we're lost, he's still with us, right? She said he's in our hearts. And so she said, even if we're lost, God's not far away.
Yeah.
And I just thought that was also like a really like beautiful thing that she noticed.
I feel like in that way, the coin is a wonderful story. I like the sheep part a little bit better because I can imagine being the sheep and wandering off and getting lost. I can't really imagine being a coin. I imagine flipping would be fun, but otherwise, I can't really imagine what that's like. But being a sheep that wanders off and gets lost, I can imagine that. And I can imagine the sheep maybe feeling scared too. And so when we think about the sheep, though, it in some ways it could kind of be the sheep's fault.
Yeah.
For getting lost. And I think it's true that God is with us always and in our hearts. I also think we can forget that, or ignore that, or just not be aware of it until God finds us or is found by us. And so I love that, thinking about that it may not be that hard for God to get to us. The trick may be us actually noticing God.
Yeah.
And remembering God.
Yeah, I like that. And two, I just think, when the shepherd found the sheep didn't get sent to timeout. The sheep, they threw a party for the sheep, right? Because he loved that sheep so much. Yeah. And the woman loved that coin so much and was so happy. And so when God, if sometimes we get lost, right? God is going to celebrate when we're found again.
That's right.
And so,
right. There's a question, I think, like, I don't know how happy the coin feels to get found. Clearly, the woman that owned the coin was very happy. It might be fun to wonder who's happier at the end of the sheep story, the sheep or the shepherd.
Yeah.
They might be pretty close. But the shepherd seems to be exuberant about it. Not just relieved, not annoyed, but thrilled to be back with this sheep.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So Abigail had a really good time with our next segment.
Yes.
She is prepared to stump Pastor Drew.
Okay.
Except she thought it would be kind of hard because I said, my friend Pastor Drew thinks he knows a lot about the Bible. And she's like, of course he does. He's a pastor. So she's in your corner.
That's great.
Yeah. But that didn't stop her from coming up with 3 pretty good questions.
All right. Bring them on.
All right. Here we go. Okay. So the first question that Abigail had was, how many coins did the lady have before she lost one?
Oh. I reread the story and I cannot remember. Is it even in there?
It's in there, buddy.
What?
It's in there. It's in there.
I'm going to guess 42.
No.
Oh, 152.
She had 10.
Oh, my gosh.
Okay, here.
That's an honest to goodness stump.
That was a stump, Pastor Drew. Okay, we can make it a half stump if you know what type of coin they were.
Denarii.
Well, no, like the metal.
Oh. Silver.
Yes.
Yo, goodness gracious. That was terrifying. I'm so glad I got that part right.
So you got a half stump there.
Okay.
But that's one that, like, not even like, oh, it's not in the Bible. Like, no, she got you.
She got me.
She got you.
She got me. Way to go, Gail.
Okay. Second question.
Mm-hmm.
Where did she find the coin?
That's not in there.
Let's see.
Did she look under a rug?
Let's see. It's in my Bible. Let's see.
Did she find it under a bug?
She actually found it under a jug.
No, she didn't.
She didn't. It doesn't say.
Okay. All right. So is that my one? Nobody knows?
Sure.
Okay.
But where do you think she found it? Just an I wonder. Like, where do you think she looked for it?
On her face, like your glasses?
Oh, no. Okay. I'm revoking your
No.
your
Maybe a magician came and pulled it out of her ear.
Oh.
That would be fun.
It was just lost behind her ear.
Yeah.
I think it was on the floor somewhere because the Bible does say that she swept the house until she found it.
Mm.
So I think it was like under a table.
I would believe that.
On the floor.
If you swept my house, you'd find lots of stuff.
Oh, we always find. What's the most interesting thing you found while sweeping your house?
Underwear.
Okay, you win.
Yeah, it was pretty dirty too.
It was not mine.
But.
Okay. I think the weirdest thing we've found is a mailbox key from a house we lived in 10 years ago.
Wow. I feel like that's the beginning of a plot of an excellent movie.
Very much so. We're
Yeah.
gonna steal the Declaration of Independence now.
Use that mailbox key.
Okay. Her third Stump Pastor Drew question, and I think you may answer this one. So Jesus, normally when he told parables, he was answering a question. So she wanted to know who asked the question. Like, what was the question Jesus was answering and who asked it?
I should have been more prepared for Gail.
She's bringing it, man.
Yeah. I don't think I remember at all.
All right, let me consult the judges
Okay.
to see if once again it's in there.
You can tell I reread the story. I read it too fast, didn't I?
Oh,
It's in there, isn't
it's
it?
in here. Yeah.
All right.
Who are the ones that typically ask Jesus questions that he would tell parables?
Pharisees.
Yes.
Who are kind of experts in the law.
Yes. So
Yeah.
he was talking to a Pharisee. So what do you think Jesus was answering or responding to?
Where are my sunglasses?
No. So did she stump you?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
You got. All right. Do you want to know how old Gail is? Because, we've had like 4th graders and 5th graders and 6th graders.
Sure.
Kindergarten.
That sounds about right.
She's 5, man.
That sounds about right.
She's 5. So Jesus was actually talking to a Pharisee who, like you said, they were experts in the law. And they were actually mad at Jesus because he was eating dinner with people that they thought were unholy. He was eating dinner with sinners.
So it wasn't a question.
It wasn't a question, but he was responding. Come on. He was eating sinner dinner. And so
Yeah.
the Pharisees were like really mad at him for eating with tax collectors.
Yeah.
Which, can you explain why the tax collectors were bad guys?
Interestingly, it has to do with coins. Jesus and his people lived in a part of the world that was controlled by the Romans. And the Romans, part of how they controlled is they made everybody pay taxes to Rome. And but they didn't send around soldiers to collect the money. They sent around Jews, some of Jesus' people, who kind of made friends with the Romans and said, sure, I'll collect my people's money for you. And so when a tax collector came around, it meant that they were coming to take your money for the emperor, who nobody likes, which means nobody likes tax collectors.
Right.
Because they're not only are they representatives of the emperor, they're also your people, and then people see them kind of like traitors.
Yeah.
And so, but Jesus still hung out with them. In fact, one of Jesus' disciples was a tax collector.
Yeah.
And Jesus said, "Come follow me," and the tax collector did.
And also, too, sometimes these tax collectors, like there's another one in the Bible named Zacchaeus, who not only would he take the money for the Roman soldiers, but he'd take money for himself.
That's right.
Take a little bit extra.
Yeah.
On the side.
If you ever watch, there's an old Disney movie, Robin Hood,
Yes.
and there's a tax collector in that movie, and that's part of the problem with that tax collector is he takes even more than he's supposed to. So he's not just taking for the king in that story, he's also taking for himself. He's stealing.
Right.
It's interesting because when we have communion at our church, there's part of the service where we remember Jesus, and in a few sentences we kind of summarize his whole life and ministry. And one of the things we say is he healed the sick, he fed the hungry, and he ate with sinners. It made it into that short summary that this thing that people were mad about is now something that we celebrate.
Right.
Because I think Jesus reacting to this anger or accusation, part of what the Pharisees are saying is these people don't deserve our attention, let alone for you to be eating with them. Like, you're making yourself look bad and you're giving them something they don't deserve. And then Jesus tells the story about lost things being found and loved.
Yeah.
And now we celebrate that every time we have communion by remembering that Jesus ate with sinners, and here at this table, he's eating with us, who are lost things that Jesus has found.
That's really cool.
Yeah, beautiful.
And I love that you came up with that beautiful explanation after getting absolutely owned by a 5-year-old and Stump Pastor Drew.
I think that's, you got to turn your L's into W's some way. Congratulations to Gail. You get a free high five next time I see
To
you.
Gail. Yes. Yes. So something that I was thinking about, and you kind of touched on it a little bit here, but I think it's worth asking, what does it mean to be lost?
Yeah, because have you ever been lost? Do you have any being lost stories?
I do. One time we were at a like craft decor store in my hometown. It's called Stacy's. It's kind of like Hobby Lobby or Michael's, but it was like smaller. And I wandered off to my aunt and my grandma were on one aisle, and I wandered over to the next aisle because I wanted to see something. And then they left the aisle that they were on to go to the next one, and they thought I was coming behind them. And so when I went back to them, they weren't there, and I was very scared, and I was probably 6, and I started crying, and I started to walk out the door to because I thought they had left the store and had left me alone. And then I heard my grandma calling for me, and I turned around and I found her, and it was there wasn't a party thrown, I will say that.
There might have been a talking to.
Yeah, a little bit. But there was definitely relief because it was scared. It was scary to be lost, that I just, I got distracted and walked away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get lost pretty frequently because if I don't have directions to where I'm going. Because I'm always, my head is always in the clouds. I'm always asking I wonder questions and thinking about them and not paying attention to where I put my coffee or which turn I'm supposed to take.
There's a reason I'm driving the van today.
Yes.
Yes.
My kids, even if they know where we're going, they'll say, Dad, you missed a turn. And I have to turn around and go the right way. So when we get literally lost, it can be frustrating and scary. I think part of what Jesus is talking about is not just really getting lost in a store or lost on the road or losing a cup of coffee. It's about kind of feeling spiritually lost or being spiritually lost, which I think what that means is not hearing God's voice, not knowing where God is, or not knowing what you're doing with your life, or being confused, or not understanding the feelings that you're having. All of those are things that we could call examples of being lost. And I think they're all part of what Jesus is pointing to in the story. Especially for Jesus, I think being lost, he's talking about the tax collectors.
Right.
These are people who are from biblical Israel, part of Jesus's community, who have lost their way and are now helping the person that's hurting his community. They've lost what it means to be a part of this community, and they're hurting people. And he gets in trouble for being with them, and he says, hold on, guys. I'm not just hanging out with them. I'm finding them. They are lost, and I'm going out to find them.
Right.
So just like I talked about, is this a good shepherd or a bad shepherd in the story? I think that's part of the question that people have about Jesus. Is he a good shepherd or a bad shepherd? Because he's going after these tax collectors that don't deserve anybody's help.
Right.
And ultimately, it turns out he's a good shepherd because the tax collectors are the ones who need God.
Yeah.
They need to see that they're hurting people. And in the Zacchaeus story, which I'm sure we should do an episode on sometime, but Zacchaeus was a tax collector that Jesus found. People didn't like that Jesus was going to his house, but Jesus showed up to his house. And by the end of dinner, Zacchaeus said, I'm giving back all the money I've stolen times 4.
Yeah.
And just being found by Jesus really changed Zacchaeus' life and his behavior. He not only stopped hurting people, he started being generous to people. And so to be lost in this story, I think, means to need help, to get a new things to do, new ways to be, and part of what Jesus is saying is, this is what I'm doing. I'm finding the lost ones and bringing them back to God and giving them a new life.
Yeah. And sometimes we can get lost, right? Sometimes we can get caught up in our own heads Sometimes we can want to do things ourselves. We think that we're brave enough or old enough to just kind of forge path on our own, and we can get lost. And it may be hard to go back to God, but I think this story tells us that he's looking for you.
Right.
And he's going to throw a party.
Right.
He's going to party when he finds you. So don't be scared. I wonder if that little sheep was hiding and was worried. And then when he heard the shepherd calling his name and heard how much the shepherd missed him, was able to come out of hiding.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It even makes me think of things that we do say, like, I lost my temper, or I lost my cool, or I lost my mind.
Yes.
And in times when that's what I've lost, I am a little bit lost. I'm out of control.
Yeah.
And what I usually need is for someone to love me back into a place where, okay, I'm back to whatever normal is, or I'm in a better place.
Yeah.
That's another kind of way we use the word lost that I think is part of what Jesus is talking about here too.
I think so too. Yeah.
I wonder if the sheep knew it was lost.
Oh.
You know, like, because I think about tax collectors or just like regular people that don't necessarily believe in God or go to church or things like that. I wonder if the sheep even realized it. I mean, I know the coin didn't really realize it, you know.
No.
But I also wonder that for other folks, like, can you be lost without realizing it, or can you lose your temper without really realizing it? I will tell you, yes, I can.
Yes. Without trying to.
Yeah. But part of when I wonder that question, part of what it shows me is that the sheep actually didn't have to figure it out and go find the shepherd.
Right.
The one who does something in the story isn't the sheep or the coin. It's the one looking for them. And that's good news, because I do think you could be lost without realizing it.
Oh, yeah.
And so it's good news to hear that somebody's been looking for you the whole time, and is thrilled to find you.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. So next time we lose something, or if you're listening to this, next time you lose something, find it and then remember the story.
Yeah. And then throw a party.
And throw a party. Think about how happy you are if you misplace your tablet, or, this is when we lose all the time, the remote. Do y'all lose the remote a lot at your house?
Yes.
So next time you lose the remote, remember this story.
Yeah.
And think about how happy you are that you have found it. And, just remember that God is, even if you lose your cool or lose your mind, God's going to be happy when he finds you.
Yeah. I even think the next time you lose your temper or lose your mind or feel scared or afraid or frustrated, you can pray, God, come find me.
Yeah.
Like, come rescue me.
Because I'm pretty sure the shepherd was able to find that little sheep because of the noise that he was making.
Sure.
Yeah.
And that's a good way to understand our prayers, is make some noise and ask for the shepherd to come find you. And I believe he will.
Yeah. Amen.
We got to go pretty soon.
Yeah.
Or we're going to be late.
Well, okay. How about this? We don't need to worry about being late. Let's switch sides. I'm going to be the passenger seat. You drive, and we're going to get to where we're going, however you find a way to get there.
Okay.
Let's go on an adventure.
All right. This will work for my plan. Do you have to tell them about the show before we go?
Yes. So while you're getting out and I'm unbuckling, we don't forget, parents, that we have a bonus episode called The Driver's Seat, where we talk about the same story without the kids in the car. And also, we have an email address. You can email us at minivangelism@gmail.com. We got a really, really nice email from one of our listeners. Her name is June, and her mom, Anna. They emailed us, and we just love it when we hear from our listeners. listeners. You can also reach out to us on Instagram. You can find us at Minivangelism. We've had some people like Reagan and her brother Mason send us messages on Instagram, and we just love it when we hear from our listeners. So make sure you're following us. Make sure that you like us and comment wherever you're listening to us. And yeah. Okay.
All right. No, we got to go now. You ready?
I'm ready.
Because we are going to be late.
Where are we going to be late to? I forgot where we're going.
I'm throwing a sunglasses party.
Yay! Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, yeah. Well, never mind. I'm driving because we got to get there on time. Okay. All right.
Let's go.
Bye, guys. Minivangelism and the Driver's Seat are hosted by Anna Burrell and Drew Colby. Theme song written by David Burrell and produced by Evan Setzer. The theme song was performed by David Burrell, Drew Colby, and Evan Setzer. Podcast, sound design, and editing done by David Burrell. Minivangelism and the Driver's Seat are a ministry of Grace United Methodist Church in Manassas, Virginia. For more information, check out umcgrace.org.